Hello, hello, and oh god, hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Advance Wars, where I don't know, I don't know what I'm doing. What do you know what I'm doing? Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing in life, and there are no answers. What's the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything? I can tell you the answer. The answer is 42. Boom. Though, oh man, if you haven't read the books, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that it is the best example of British comedy I have ever had the pleasure of experiencing. It is so good. It is so very good. No, don't fire. Oh dear. I think is it Douglas Adams or Adams Douglas? That's the problem with having two first names. You can never trust somebody who has two first names. Just take my word for it. Don't ever trust anybody who has two first names as a first name and a surname. So I can't remember. Is it Adams Douglas? No, Douglas Adams. He has 5 books. It's a trilogy of 5. Owen Colfer, after he died, Owen Colfer did pick up. Owen Colfer being the author for the Artemis Fowl books. Do I build anti-air? No, I build another tank. Leave that guy there. Owen Colfer, after that, Douglas Adams died, Owen Colfer picked up his work. Thankfully. Because it's excellent. I haven't read his book. So, I should probably give a history of Douglas Adams in the first place. Just for now, they're all short books, and they're all excellent books as well. So do yourself a favor and read them. They are so funny, and they are so good. And strangely enough, it reminds me a bit of, what was that book? Christmas Carol, was it? The Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. I've forgotten what they're called, but Douglas Adams reminds me of Charles Dickens, of that writing style, because it's sort of very funny, very sharp and witty. It's just all around great, is what I'm trying to say. They're all short books, and if you want other book recommendations, I can definitely recommend Isaac Asimov. Read iRobot. It's also a short book, and it's set up. Oh no! You know what? A good introduction to Isaac Asimov would be. You can look this up online. There's a comic about it. There's a comic of it. An online comic. No, it's a book, but people have made it into a comic format, and it's called The Last Question. Yeah, it's called The Last Question, and just look up The Last Question comic on Google, and there'll be an Imager album, and it's in comic form, and all his books are very short, but they're to the point, and they're often quite compelling and deep, and they ask questions about in depth and in detail, you know what it means once we have robots. Isaac Asimov was the guy who came up with the 3 laws of robotics. A robot shall never harm a human. Through action or inaction, a robot shall never let a human come to harm. I can't say the 3 laws of robotics while I'm busy playing a strategy game, because half my faculties are being used on just the game itself. Just to make things abundantly clear, I'm concentrating very hard right now. See, as long as those anti-air units exist. I'll have these guys on standby. Here's 2 air units on standby. Here. Yeah, just leave them there. That's it for Eagle. I won't build anything new. I'll build a fighter the next turn. No, I don't need another fighter. No, you know what I need? I need an APC unit to refuel my units. So yeah, Isaac Asimov, he's the one that came up with the 3 laws of robotics, and for example, The Last Question, really, it's interesting. Give it a read. It's very compelling. Read all of Isaac Asimov. Read all of Douglas Adams. Any other short books I can recommend? Because I'm a fan of short novels because... Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was just looking at my bookshelf, trying to wonder what I have a lot of Chekhov on my bookshelf as well. I'm a fan of short novels. I'm also a fan of non-fiction books. And I don't mean history books. I mean actual non-fiction. Like, right now sitting on my desk, I'm looking right at it. I've got 2 books on music theory. because I enjoy reading. I enjoy learning. I have my eyes set on another series of books of interior design, just because I want to read it. I'm interested in interior design because I find that stuff fascinating and interesting. So I'm really a big fan of short reads and educational reads. And I know you could cynically be, oh, I don't like reading, that's why I like short books. But I feel once upon a time I used to pride myself, 6, 7, 8, going now 8 years ago, I used to pride myself on reading really large books. Capture. Books which were, 600, 700 pages long in a single night. But they were really trashy, really bad non-fiction books. And I realize that now it feels like it was wasted. I wasted all those words on nothing, really. So and there's a real elegance and a skill to be able to say a lot in as few words as possible. So like Chekhov, for example, I'm not a huge fan of Chekhov, but I do appreciate, I can respect the skill he has in his writing, since there are so many layers to it that you can kind of come back to it and reread it as an adult. Every reading of it has a different... It's different, every reading of it. There's always an extra layer to it that you didn't realize. Unfortunately, what I dislike is how much it focuses on, so far, a lot of what I've read, how heavy the focus is on... As of right now, it's the books I've read, I'm trying to concentrate. Holy crap, I'm doing a really poor job of it. A lot of his novels seem to focus on human emotion, and in particular, love, which I'm not a fan of. Oh, you know who else I can recommend? Lovecraft. Do read Lovecraft. I started reading it out of spite, because I got so sick and tired of people... Whenever a game has tentacles, for some reason it's popular in games. Whenever a game has tentacles, people just sort of say, oh, it's very Lovecraftian. And I look at that and wonder, no, it is not Lovecraftian. The only relationship it has to Lovecraft is tentacles. That's ridiculous. That's not what Lovecraft is. Lovecraft is cosmic horror. It's the fear of the unknown. Well, read Lovecraft if you want to know what Lovecraft is about, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you do that. And actually, the thing that got me to read Lovecraft in the first place, because of the gaming community, I'd always heard people saying, oh, this feels very Lovecraftian whenever something had deep sea imagery or tentacles in it. And well, the first game that really struck me as being like, oh, this is what Lovecraft is, it was somewhat ironically or unexpectedly only 66. Are you serious? It was Magicka, the first game, the DLC quest, the Stars Are Left, because it instilled in me a sort of fear and horror that I had never felt before. And a part of me, it occurred to me like, is this Lovecraftian? Is this what Lovecraft is? Because it was so strange, so alien, foreign, and so I took it upon myself to first read. I can recommend reading. There are two good entry-level Lovecraftian books. There's Call of Cthulhu, and there's the other one is Dunkirk. No, not Dunkirk. It was... I'm having a hard time trying to remember what it was. Plymouth? Something... The Shadow of Innsmouth. That's the word. Those are two good entry-level Lovecraftian books. Read them, and you'll come to appreciate and understand, what true Lovecraftian horror is, what true cosmic horror is. And if you read, I remember reading his Wikipedia page, and I agreed with it, with his opinion very strongly. It appealed to me. He was, oh my god, not his... Oh, I clipped a little. His CO power's back. He's going to hit the center again. No, not my fighters and my infantry unit. Well, at least my infantry unit had done all that needed to be done. Maybe I should have built another fighter, eh? Damn it. For Forget Lovecraft. No, I do remember reading on his Wikipedia page something, Lovecraft, in his writing, he was very sick and tired of I think he uses the word insipid. The insipid writings, musings of often love stories and very shallow, very non-emotional. That's what he says, and I was like, yeah, I agree with you. Lovecraft and horror, I like, and it makes sense to me. Old gods and cosmic scale of things, I like it. I genuinely like it a lot. Speaking of story, man, the writer for Transistor the writer for Supergiant Games, him being his name. I've forgotten his name. I tried to know the name of not Lovecraft, of the Supergiant Games team because I love their work, and I especially love their writing. Ever since Bastion occurred to me as being a game with an awful lot of. I forgot to build a ABC unit for what's his face for Eagle. No matter. I don't need it. I wonder how much. Oh, I have a tank. Excellent. I try to know. I love the Supergiant Games. I love the work they do. And I remember ever since playing Bastion, one of the things that occurred to me was how good the world building in Bastion is. And no surprise when I found out that the writer had actually built an entire world doc for the world of Bastion. And no doubt they did a similar thing with Transistor, and especially Pyre, because Pyre is basically all world building, though the way it's presented could maybe leave something to be desired. It's mostly through a book. It's all very not quite exposition. No, it's not quite exposition, but it is. You have to go. Oh, it's acceptable. Oh, I forgot to build. I'm too busy talking about games I like better than this game right now. Oh dear. I wonder if I can send my infantry unit forward. Oh no, I should have checked. I could have hit him using my CO power. Oh, you know what? It honestly doesn't matter. How much money does Grid have? 15,000. I think that's another rockets unit. Maybe. Or should I hold off on it so I can build the new unit on the new base I just recently captured? Yeah, I'll hold off, build the next turn on the new base. And, oh gosh, yeah, I finally discovered what it is about Bastion that just felt so compelling and so unique about it. It's, in the words of Darren Korb, it's gritty frontier fantasy. And when he said that, that was the moment I realized why the game seemed so amazing to me. It's because it's gritty frontier fantasy. It's gritty, but it's fantasy, and it's frontier, so there's so many. Oh, it's just beautiful. I love the game, and I'm considering going back and replaying it sometime in the future. Maybe not on the channel. Probably not on the channel. Okay, I've got 2 bombers now. What to do with them, though, is a question. Sure, let's just burn them up, I guess. It doesn't really matter, maybe. I'm hopeless. I'm very bad at this game. And I'm just glad to be doing this again, is all I want to say. I'm glad to be back as an official full-time Let's Play. Oh no, I'm not going to be a full-time Let's Player. I've got other things to be doing. Just sort of low-key. Yeah, I'm Let's Playing. Just create a few episodes at a time. God, what episode is this? Is this 52? Wow. And you guys thought I was going to disappear again. I'll have you know, I have not had a single night of rest since I stopped Let's Playing. Every single night, Stern would come to me in my dreams, and he was topless, and he'd be singing Numa Numa Ne to me every night, taunting me. Every single night in my dreams. They were nightmares at that point. Numa Numa Ne, Numa 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 Ne. Oh, I wonder if I should actually use my CO power. I think I should. Maybe. I wonder if I could move this guy up here. Yeah. and then combine it. Oh, no, 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 too far. Sorry, I'm getting a little loud. Join, start bringing this guy in. Do I have anyone else? No, time to use my CO power. Maybe a waste? Most likely a waste, because Lightning Strike, it comes with its own, I get debuffed after it. How much damage can I do this? Only 66. Only 64. Oh, okay, I made a huge mistake. I made it. I'd like to, yes, destroy it. You know, I've made it, and I'm starting to get dull and quiet. Numa, Numa, nay. Numa, Numa, Numa. This song's gonna be stuck in my head for weeks now. See, I wanna save this for something a little bit more. Yeah, like that. Let's do that. I don't know what I'm doing. Sturm looks very robotic. I've said that before, and now I'm starting to. Something I need to do. I definitely need to start impeding on Sturm's his production abilities. His seize the means of production. To quote, what am I quoting? Is that communism I'm quoting? One easy, straightforward, simple way to do it is to put my units on top of his bases and airports, and that'll. It's a bit. Oh, I wonder if I should destroy his fighter or should I destroy his copter? Destroy his copter. I can't. This game makes me say copter instead of helicopter. That's how much I adore this game, I guess. Oh, I still have these bad boys. Okay, that tree line is safe. I move this guy up. And I'm done. And turn. Wonderful. And after Sturm's turn, I guess. Oh, thank God! I was worried he had his CO power already. Oh, he went for my bomb. That's smart play. Good play on Sturm's part. See, look at Sturm's animation. Sometimes, I swear to God, Sturm's animation half the time freezes. Let's pay attention whenever he destroys a unit and he's ejaculating from his nose. You know what? No, I'm spending too much of my attention on just Sturm. No. Oh, God damn it! Oh, it's sunny. I hate sunlight. I'm not an night owl, but I definitely hate sunlight because it gets. Watch his animation. Yeah, see, he's frozen. He's frozen. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Okay. Oh no, what did I say? I was going to end it here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate your viewership. Stay tuned. There's more incoming. I have not forgotten. I will see this through to the end. So until then, see you guys next time.